Hey guys, how you doing? Okay, so now peep this out. This is like part 2 of the tour video. We're talking about touring now. We're talking about showing your home for a potential resident to move in. All right. So the word we use is touring because that's what everybody thinks it is. It's a tour. But this video is part 2, and I really wasn't sure if I was going to teach this. But then while I was actually jogging this morning, the Holy Spirit told me, don't hold back. Give everybody what you use and let them determine if they're strong enough to use it. So now this is one of them strong closing kind of techniques, okay? So the first thing we do is we change the word tour, because when you hear the word tour, that just simply means that you're planning to come to this facility and tour it. Right? That's what your vision is. You're going to take you and your cousin and your brother, whoever the decision makers are, you're going to come to the to the facility and tour it. Well, come on now. You go to a museum and tour it. You go to the Football Hall of Fame and you tour it. The word tour comes from tourism. All they do is walk around and look at stuff. You don't want people to come into your facility with that mindset. So you got to be bold enough to change that mindset before they get there. And you do that in the words you put out, in the brochures you put out, in the things you put out in the community. That's what is what's called for them to come to your facility. And here's where it came from. So I'm rapping to a friend of mine one day. He's like, yo man, let me call you back. I sold my house and the new buyers want to do a closing walkthrough. I'm like, okay, all right, man, we talk later, good luck on that. He said, oh, ain't no luck required, bro. We already sold it. They just doing the walkthrough. I'm like, all right, cool, no problem then, right? So that hit me and I thought about it. Walkthrough, when you buy a piece of property, before you close the deal, you typically go do a walkthrough. You're just checking things out, make sure everything is great. So that hit me and I said, okay, then if that's how it goes, then I'm gonna change this concept of coming to see my home through a tour, and I'm gonna start declaring that it's a closing walkthrough. Okay, now watch this now. Closing walkthrough. So in other words, I'm like, all right, Bob. Bob calls me up. He's looking for a place for his mom, Irene, and we talking. I'm like, all right, Bob, check this out. I'm going to schedule you for a closing walkthrough on Thursday at 7 p.m. He might want to do it at night because he's at work in the daytime, right? And that's another tip. I don't want to forget that. Let me just pause right now and say, you're going to be doing night closing walkthroughs as well, because remember, some people work in the daytime. All right, let me get back to this mindset. I want you to change your mindset and realize that you don't tour your property. You don't tour your facility. You ain't a museum. People just don't walk around looking in your facility. You closing them when they come. So you're letting them know. I told you this was advanced. Everybody ain't strong enough. Everybody don't have the personality and the aggressiveness to handle this type of closing. But if you do, it works. You let them know from the beginning. All right, Bob, no problem. You can come Thursday, 7 p.m. I'm scheduling you for the closing walkthrough. Notice I didn't say to Bob, come look at the facility. Notice I didn't use the word tour at all. I just said, all right, Bob, come on over here and tour the property. No, player, you don't want Bob thinking that he's coming to tour your house. Tour simply means I'm just looking around. No, you want Bob to think that he's coming to close the deal. So you say, all right, Bob, Thursday, 7 o'clock, closing, tour, check it out. I'm sorry, I'm used to that word tour, right? Closing walkthrough. Come check it out. Closing walkthrough. And so what you do now on your brochure is if you can handle changing the mindset of the people who are coming to your facility, on your brochures, you write on there, for a scheduled closing walkthrough, contact me. You don't write no more for a tour, for viewing. No, for a scheduled closing walkthrough, contact me. For a scheduled closing walkthrough, contact me. You're changing the mindset of the consumer by changing the wording, by making the expectation before they even get there is that we closing this baby. This is a closing walkthrough. That means that when you get here, you put down a bed hold fee for your mama. And then it came back to my memory. I came home and I looked at my folder and I couldn't remember in the first video what exactly we called it. Our bed reserve and all that kind of stuff. But I remember that it was called the bed hold fee. Very simple. Bed hold fee. Meaning we would hold your bed for mama for a certain amount of time. And also in the bed hold fee, I do remember that it was actually, watch this now. Okay, let me break it down. Let me slow down and break this thing down. All right, don't forget, closing walkthrough. In the process of the closing walkthrough, you got my man bringing his checkbook with him because it's a closing walkthrough. He's expecting to do something with money, all right? Closing walkthrough, right? So then watch this now. When he gets there and you give him the closing walkthrough, remember, like in video 1, you're closing him on why his mother, Irene, should be in your facility. And before he leaves, you're asking now for the bed hold fee. Bed hold fee. Let's put down enough money for the bed hold fee. If mom's gonna take a week before she gets out of rehab to move in, let's hold her bed now. I require a bed hold fee. Are you getting this? We're moving from touring and viewing to a closing walkthrough. Y'all with me? Closing walkthrough. And in part of that, we're putting down a bed hold fee. It's easier to transition for the close when they knew when they came that they was coming to a closing walkthrough. So now that you're here, Bob, let's go ahead and lock mom's bed in until she's ready. And then here we go. Bed hold fee. Now let me run some numbers by you real quick. Everybody's facility is different. But in my facility, we had a $3,000 monthly fee. That's what my facility charged. Yours may be different. We also had a move-in fee. We had a move-in fee that we charged $997. Okay, now what we do is with the bed hold fee, we usually charge $500 for the bed hold fee. And then when they move in, that $500 is taken from the move-in fee. So instead of them giving us $997 for the move-in fee, they give us the difference from the $500. Now watch this. If there is there's non-refundable bed hold fee, only exception if mom deceases. If Irene don't make it, then boom, Irene can't move in. But other than that, it's non-refundable bed hold fee. And why in your contract you're explaining that? Because I held the bed for your mother and let nobody else move in. Okay, now I don't want to get too deep in that because that's policy and procedures, and that's all that that's back office stuff. I want you to focus in this course. It's all about, remember, fill my house, fill my house, fill my house. This is about filling your house. So I want to focus with you on getting people to come to your home through your incredible marketing that you'll now be doing. And when they come there, I want you to give them the expectation of closing the deal. So that's why we're no longer calling it a tour. It is now, watch this now, it is now called what? What did I say? It's called a closing walkthrough. Closing walkthrough. All right, y'all getting it? Now y'all got this thing down now. Now you got to go out there and market your place, get the word out there, tell everybody who you are, where you at, what you have to offer, get them to literally come to your facility for a closing walkthrough, and bam, close them babies on moving mom into your house. All right, that's a good one, y'all. Y'all lock that down. Take care of yourself. We'll see you on the other side. Peace.